G'day folks, how you going? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, then a special g'day to you, and consider subscribing down there so that you don't miss another video. Now, a few months ago we had the Caravan camping show here in Perth, and we went down and had a bit of a look around, and to my surprise we had a couple of people come up to us and say, "G'day, I know you from YouTube." And my wife was pretty embarrassed because she just kept on walking like she didn't even know us. But now I didn't get the names of the people, but it was really nice to have a chat to you, and thanks for saying g'day. Now, if you're interested, if you send me an email, the email address is down there in the description. I'll stick one of these in an envelope and just mail it out to you. You can stick that on your back of your car and your caravan or whatever. And if you see me out and about, say g'day, we'll give you one of these as well. Now, I'm just getting over a flu, so excuse the coughing and whatever else might happen in between. Now, I don't know what it's like, the weather where you are, but it's been pretty wet and cold down around here in Perth. So it seemed like a really good idea to go even further south where it was even more cold and wet. So we went down to Busselton. Now, at the moment, Busselton's having a winter sale. So apparently a lot of accommodation places are 50% off, or up to 50% off. So that was the case for the Lazy Days Caravan Park where we stayed. So let's have a look at a review of the Lazy Days Caravan Park. The Lazy Days Caravan Park is about 9 kilometres south of the centre of Busselton, on the Bussell Highway. As you would expect from a big chain park, the staff were super friendly and helpful when needed, and check-in only took a few minutes. The park is protected by a security barrier that you need to swipe a card to get in and out. The main driveway down from the front is bitumen, with a road to the right to access the sites. From here the roads turn to gravel with some wet spots, but to be fair, they did have a fair bit of rain before we got here. During the long hot summers you might be concerned about the dust on the roads, but with the way the roads weave around, I would think it'd be pretty hard for someone to get up enough speed to be able to create any dust. So let's just ignore the dirt roads for the moment. My first thoughts while I was driving around trying to find my site was that some sites seemed to be a bit disorganised, higgledy-piggledy positioned. But after I got set up and I looked around at the sites, I thought, I'm not hemmed in. I like it. While some sites are in the usual layout, they have plenty of room around them, while others are, well, spaced out, shall we say. It took me a little bit of walking around before I was sure we were going to be going into the right site, but a friendly staff member quickly showed us where to go. The hardest thing was trying to find my water tap. I located this tap a fair way from my site, and after I confirmed it with the office, I was able to connect to this tap. It helps if you've got plenty of hose with you. The camping area is out the back on the grass. Even though there was water on the road, the camping area appeared to be mostly dry from puddles at least. Not too far away from there is the camper's kitchen, which is a couple of old transportable buildings joined together. Inside is a lounge room with a TV, and a kitchen with a few bits and bobs. One room has a couple of bunks in it, so I'm not sure if that's for the campers to use if it's raining outside. Across the road from the camper's kitchen is this nice little grass area with a barbecue and a bench under a tree. And next to that is the only toilet block in the park. In the same area you'll find the laundry. If you're not bringing your own accommodation, then you have the option of on-site rooms. These again are a couple of transportable buildings joined together. Normally we don't get to see inside these rooms, but this time we can. The fact is that they are basic. They have a simple kitchen, a couple of bedrooms for a family, and a lounge room. Now I didn't get any photos of these because family members had their stuff in there and I didn't want to invade their space. Just imagine one room with a double bed and another with some bunks. There was also a small lounge room, but again family were filling their space at the time. But hey, it was clean, it had aircon for cooling and heating, and by all accounts was quite comfortable. And really, that's all that matters. As far as things to do in the park, there really isn't very much but this basketball hoop and a swing behind. So if you got kids, then it's probably not the park for you. And you know what that means. Those of us that don't have kids, that's a huge tick. During the summer months when it's hot, the beach is only a short 7-minute walk. So what's my opinion? Well, as I said, when I first entered the place, with the sites looking like they were a little bit higgledy-piggledy in the gravel roads, to be honest, didn't really put me off, didn't really excite me either. Now, it's pretty clear the place is old, it's been around for a long time, but is that a bad thing? You know, with the breeze blowing through those trees, and the space around your van, it kind of feels a little bit like you're camping in the bush somewhere, you know, and that's a good thing too. And on a hot day, those trees, that'll be brilliant. You want that shade, you know. So would I come back? Hell yeah, I reckon it's great. Now, even though the main road wasn't far away, I really can't remember hearing anything from it. And if you're at the back of the park, I think you'd hear bugger all from it. So I think it's a pretty quiet park. Now, trying to find my tap was a bit of a mission, but when I looked around at all the other sites, that isn't really a problem for their site. So I think it was just more for my particular site I was on, the tap was a bit further away. So you shouldn't have that sort of a problem anywhere else. You know, when I think about the name of this place, Lazy Days Caravan Park, I actually think that's quite an appropriate name, because really you do feel like you're just lazing around. I think it's a good choice. Now, if you're a family of kids, don't get offended when I say about the family of kids. I'm really referring more to those sort of families where the parents sit on a chair somewhere drinking a bottle of booze and the kids are running amok all around the park and annoying everyone. Those sort of people, I think, would probably end up going somewhere else because there's more activities in the park to keep their kids occupied rather than in this particular park. And that's why I think it's a lot better for us older people who don't have kids and don't want to hear those screaming kids. So that brings us to an end in this video. So if you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up, and like I said, subscribe down the bottom down there. It really helps the channel out. And even leave a comment down below what you thought of the Lazy Days Caravan Park if you've been there. Am I wrong about my opinions, or am I right? Let us know down below. Coming up in the next couple of months, I'm going in September away for a couple of weeks. I'm going to be heading out in a direction I've never actually been before, so a lot of the out there's all got to be all new to me. So I think that's going to be quite an interesting video, and so that should come out towards the end of the year. So until next time, happy travels.